Hey everyone, it's Peek. Welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video. Today, I'm actually going to be showcasing some combos you can do on GRENINJA. Just probably going to be a pretty quick video. Just want to kind of talk you through GRENINJA's different moves that combo, because I have seen a lot of people playing GRENINJA recently, and a lot of people I think just don't know a lot about how its kit interacts. Now, I do have like a 27 minute long video about like literally every interaction that GRENINJA's moves have with its kit, with its passive, with its boosted auto attacks, and all that stuff on the channel already. If you haven't seen it already, go check it out for sure. But this video will kind of just showcase some things in there that I didn't get to show because it was beta footage, and yeah. So hopefully this helps you and helps you figure out just how to best play GRENINJA most optimally, get the most out of your damage possible. There's so many things you can do with GRENINJA, and it's a lot different than just like playing a Cinderace, which is a lot more just kind of you spam the auto attack button and you go off. Of course, there are some interactions with Cinderace as well, like with combos with its boosted auto attacks, but I think GRENINJA has a lot of these little combos that most people wouldn't figure out unless they really put in a lot of time into the character or just read a lot about its skills. So I'm going to show you those today, and hopefully this helps you guys. So let's hop into the practice lobby. One thing I actually did want to point out before we hop into that is Smokescreen. So we're only going to be using Smokescreen in this video. It's by far the better skill 2 to take. Of course, the skill 1 that you take kind of just depends on personal preference and what you want to go for the game, in my opinion, but you definitely always want to go Smokescreen. And the thing that I'm going to be using a lot in this video, which you'll see, is this little passive that Smokescreen has, which makes, after you use Smokescreen, it gives you a boosted auto attack, which means like if you had attacked 3 times, then, or sorry, if you had attacked 2 times, then, you know, you would basically get a free reset of the boosted auto attack. So you'll see me use that a lot in this video. Just keep in mind this description right here. This also makes its next basic attack a boosted attack whenever we use Smokescreen. So a lot of things you can combo with Smokescreen, and of course the upgraded version gives you more attack once you unstealth. So we're really going to be playing a lot off of that and kind of utilizing that boosted auto attack, boosted attack after the ability to do the most damage possible in these combos. So back to the training lobby. One thing you guys want to keep in mind about Smokescreen is that you'll get the upgraded version at level 13. Now, obviously that's going to be towards the end of the game. It could be for the last Dreadnought fight possibly though. And one really good combo that is super good here, for example, you see like this enemy Charizard is on the Dreadnought right now. Something that really, you know, allows you to sneak in here. Let's just say the Charizard bot didn't just die to the Dreadnought here. And, you know, I see like, oh man, he's getting really close to killing it. What you can do is just go in with Smokescreen, and as soon as you actually come out of Smokescreen, you're getting the bonus attack that Smokescreen Plus provides. So you're able to really just do a lot of damage with that one instance of Surf, and that really just gives you the best chance to last hit things, right? So we'll see here, even with a little Audino, I'm gonna come out of stealth, boom, I'm doing a lot of extra damage to that little Audino, and really just anything. So that's a really good combo for stealing. Definitely use your Smokescreen ahead of time. Don't just kind of sit there. I think a lot of people playing as GRENINJA I've seen, they just kind of sit here at the Zapdos pit and they just wait with their Surf, you know, just here. And obviously sometimes you have to do that if you don't have Smokescreen, but best case scenario is going to be come in here with Smokescreen and just boom, last hit the Zapdos, and, you know, hope you get it, right? So that's basically Smokescreen Plus. Just keep in mind it gives you extra attack when you use it, and obviously Surf, Water Shuriken, all of GRENINJA's moves scale off of that extra physical attack. So it's really going to help you get that maybe last little bit of damage into secure objectives, last hits, everything. Okay, so if you don't already know this about GRENINJA, this is going to be a very helpful combo in just shredding high HP targets, tanks, stuff like that. For example, I use this combo a lot if a Snorlax already has used their Heavy Slam and block. Then I really go hard and make sure I do just a ton of damage on them, because in terms of doing damage to high HP characters, GRENINJA actually really excels in doing it very quickly. And the reason is that with a boosted melee auto attack like this, when the meter is yellow, and of course if you don't know how to turn this meter on, go check out my settings video, but when the meter is yellow, you'll do like a dash through, and that does a percentage of the max HP of this whatever your target is, right? And it's a lot of damage. Like you'll see basic attack damage 1200, and then boom, just with that we do 1500 more damage, which is even more than the 2 basic auto attacks that we did previously, right? So it's a lot of damage all at once, And one thing you can do as Greninja, if you really are wanting to take out high HP targets, and I even do this, for example, in like a Zapdos, for example, or a Dreadnought, if I'm wanting to execute it quickly. Of course, we will have to wait for our move cooldown. But basically, the combo is this at its core. You want to use two boosted auto attacks in a row. And the best way to do that is like this. You just go boom, 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 and then dash, and then use another one. Because Smokescreen gives you a boosted auto attack right away. So like you can do 2 instances of percent HP damage to like high HP targets like a tank or a Zapdos or a Dreadnought very quickly if you just do this. Boom, boom. So you get 2 boosted melee auto attacks in a row. So it's super, super good for stuff like this. I'm actually going to turn my cooldowns off now that you kind of see how that works. Obviously, you're not just going to be able to infinitely cast Smokescreen normally, but for our purposes, just to show you in the training lobby, that's what I'll do. So another little combo you can do here is if you're kind of chasing someone down. The thing about Greninja is a boosted ranged auto attack. When you have this like yellow meter here, right? This will actually slow the target by just like maybe it's like, I don't know, like 0.3 seconds. It's very brief slow, but it does kind of let you chase people down, make sure they can't run away from you, even if you don't have this this red buff here, right? So basically what I do if I'm wanting to kind of engage on someone and I don't have anything except my Smokescreen. Obviously with eject button you can always really engage on someone. So for the kind of ranged Smokescreen combo, we are just going to do this, right? And it lets you kind of catch up to targets. You see, like, it gave me extra distance from my Smokescreen, and I also dashed through the enemy with my boosted auto attack, because whatever direction you're facing them, when you're hitting this boosted auto attack, you will dash through, and that kind of gives you a little bit extra distance. So if you really want to catch up to someone, the best way to do it is this kind of combo here. And you can even like, if you're close enough to them, you can like use 2 ranged autos to get that boosted auto attack, right? And then like once you're up to them, boom, just like that. And you get a lot of distance. You can also use this for like kiting away. So for example, sometimes I do this when using water shuriken. In fact, I want to just swap over real quick and show you. Okay, so kind of like I was talking about, water shuriken is obviously very good for kiting away from enemies. And something really cool that you can do is, again, if you're in like melee range, you just boom, dash out, and then you're just kiting away. And this move gives you increased movement speed. It slows the enemies that are chasing you. So of course, if you hit it, it's going to slow this. You can see hindrance length is going up as I'm using water shuriken on this Pokemon, because technically, even though it's not moving, the target dummy is slowed with water shuriken. So it's really just something cool you can do, of course. And again, something similar to that, again, you can boom, just get so much distance from your enemy. And of course, the increased attack from Smokescreen. These are just kind of like basic things you can do as Greninja to sort of get distance. Obviously, I dash through the enemy with my melee auto attack. Oh, oops. Dash through the enemy with my melee auto attack here, and then kite them away like this. Basically, just aim the water shuriken in the opposite direction, and you're golden. You're so easily getting away from people and stuff like that. Water shuriken is just a great tool for this. Obviously, some people like Surf more, and I've grown to really like Surf in the last little bit too, but just something to keep in mind, something you can do with really either skill, really. And I'll even kind of show with Surf as well some stuff you can do right now too. One thing I did want to say as well is that when you're running Surf, you have access to obviously another dash. Now there is a bit of like a delay, so it doesn't get you too far in terms of like just moving normally versus using Surf, but it does get you a little bit distance away, and it can be just enough to get you a healthy distance away. So one thing I like to do if I really just need to get out of a situation, let's say I'm like engaging on this person, right? And I see, oh no, I've come too far. There's like 3 enemies behind them or something like that, right? And I'm just right here. I will actually aim my melee auto attack through here, dash away, and dash again, something like that, you know? And you can even do it kind of the opposite way. So if you are just wanting to disappear, you know, they think you're going that way, but then you hide in a bush, right? You hide here and you just recall the base. This really helps if you're like all the way over here on the enemy side of the map, and you're like, I don't know, I use this a lot when I'm like stealing buffs. Like, let's just say here, I'm stealing this buff. Oh, of course we miss it. I'm stealing this buff, and oh no, the enemy's showing up. So, you know, I'll kind of attack them, boom, and maybe something like that, and I'll just hide in this bush, and they think I'm running that way, but I just end up recalling back to base in the bush nearby. So stuff like that is something you can only do with Greninja, and I think it really it makes this character so fun. It's why I play it so much, is that there's just cool stuff like that you can do. Okay, so I think the last thing I kind of want to show you before we end is just stuff you can do with the eject button. Obviously, Greninja doesn't have any CC other than the, the slow that you get from water shurikens. So you'll mainly be using eject button to engage or, disengage, run away. But there is, there's obviously some things you can do. Like I'm in range right now, right? But if I flash in, boom, I get a melee auto attack. So again, like ranged auto attacks, boom, just like if you're not able to catch the enemy and stuff like that, and you want to do a lot of damage to them very quickly, a boosted melee auto attack is going to do a lot more than just a boosted range auto attack like that, right? I don't know. Let's just compare the damage. Like, what are we going to get? 590 plus 300. And then whereas with this, you're doing like 3K. I mean, obviously we hit a critical hit there, but that's like percentage damage. And of course, this target dummy has a ton of max HP, so the max HP bonus damage that you get from melee auto attacks is going to be a lot more on Greninja than most characters. Obviously, no character in this game has as much HP as the target dummy, but it definitely will do more damage if you flash in. If you want to play very hyper aggressive with like Surf or something, especially, this would probably work well. And keep in mind that your melee auto attacks do AoE damage, and so whoever is hit with this dash through in a line, if the enemies are clumped, every single person will get hit with damage as you dash through with that boosted melee auto attack. So quite a lot of damage output that I think a lot of people are missing out on with Greninja, just because they're not, maybe used to characters in this game having complex interactions with a lot of their skills. Stuff like, Mr. Mime, people don't play as much, so I think, like, in terms of the simple characters in this game, just regarding like their different move interactions and passives and different little tricks you can do, Greninja is definitely up there, probably top 3 or 4 of Pokemon that actually have like some complex interactions that you have to know to optimize your damage. Of course, like this is all about optimization, but in team fights this stuff really matters, like putting in more damage than the enemy is what makes them die before your team dies. So like I hope this kind of helps you guys just sort of know how to combo on Greninja a little bit more. Just a few little tricks here and there that you can do, especially with the Smokescreen boosted autos. I think this will help a lot of people for sure. Just, getting 2 of these in a row, so huge on like a Zapdos or a Dreadnought. If like you don't have Surf on Greninja, this is kind of your best way to try and get the last hit on objectives. Obviously, Surf is always going to be better for stealing that last hit on the Dreadnought or the Zapdos or the Rotom or whatever it may be, right? But the boosted melee auto attacks will do a lot of damage because they're based not on like current health such as the muscle band damage, but they're based on the max HP of the target. So it really helps out with those objectives and stuff like that, and Greninja can just shred them with these kind of combos. Just 2 melee auto attacks in a row, boom, huge damage. And hopefully this helps you guys out. Just a little bit of different video than usual. Obviously this is this is probably the only character I'd be able to make such a video on, but I think this will be really helpful for people just starting to learn Greninja. I know a lot of people probably got it recently from the login bonus, so yeah, definitely try these things out if you haven't already. Just hop in the training lobby, implement these into your games, and I guarantee you'll be doing a lot more damage than before. So if you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comments. This is the best way to kind of give me feedback on my videos and what you guys want to see next. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter. That's just like the best way to get updates on Pokemon Unite news, updates from me when I'm going live on Twitch, and of course, do follow me on Twitch because I'll actually be streaming there in just a little bit when this video goes out. So yeah, check me out everywhere on all those platforms. Love you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Peace out.